Welcome everyone to Understanding Buddha Teaching channel. Recently, I've been getting questions on Vipassana. What is Vipassana? Whether there are many traditions and there are different types of Vipassana. And then how does one do Vipassana like that? So we'll go over each question one by one, which would help you to understand in a much better way. So the first question, what is Vipassana? Vipassana is a Pali word which is from two words, Vi plus Passana. Passana in Pali is to see. Vipasssana means to extensively see. Now then the question comes, what is that I'm extensively seeing? And the answer would be that extensively seeing the reality without any quantification, identification, naming it, or any conventions we try to use in order to make it something, meaningful. Citing an example, my name is Vilas. And when somebody asks me, what is your name? And I'm going to simply say, my name is Vilas. And if somebody asks me, where do you stay? And I say, I am from Bangalore. But he would say, no, I didn't ask that. I want to know, where do you stay? So then I give a reply, I stay in Kamalanagar. Now, if he asks for the question, what is Kamalanagar? Then I would say, it is in Bangalore. Oh, you're from Bangalore. And I would say, yes, that's what I meant when you asked me, where do you stay? Now, this much of conversation established that I am Vilas, I am from Bangalore, and I stay in Kamalanagar, which is a fabrication, or we could say it is a preparation, or we could say it is a formation, or in Pali, sankhara. Vipassana is all about removing the sankhara, or rather to see things as they are, not as they are presented. So before we get into Vipassana, we need to really get into what is Samathā, because that is the starting point. What is Samathā? Sama-attho is again a Pali word. Sama-attho. Sama means equal. Attho means which brings in an essence. Meaning, if a person is non-distracted or what we can say is restless or non-worry, or anything that can make the mind move away from an object which it wants to take, is Samathā. Now, this Samathā is there in every tradition, every religion. There is Samathā. There is no second thought about it. In the Hindu tradition, there is Samathā. In the Buddhist tradition, there is Samathā. In the Jain and in the Christian and in the Muslim, any tradition or any religion has Samathā. That means you apply the mind on the object and ensure that the object is not lost. I can take breath as the object. I can take any mantra as an object. I can take Allah as an object. I can take Jesus as an object. I can take roughly anything I want as an object. The main focus is to stay with that object, not to get distracted in any way whatsoever on that object. Because distraction makes one to lose the samadhi. It's again by two words, sama and adi. Sama means equal, adi is to stay. So to have an equanimous state. That means if you take an object, you don't allow any other thoughts, any other emotions, any other conditions to appear, because you are working on that object. So you'll ensure that that object doesn't move anywhere and you are with that object. So this is the main purpose of samatha. So I cannot go directly into vipassana, is to see things as they are, unless my mind is equanimous, is calm. So what I do is, if I am wanting to sit into meditation, whether closed eyes or open eyes, it doesn't matter. Whether I'm walking or I'm sitting, it doesn't matter. Whether I'm standing or I'm sleeping, it doesn't matter. I take the object, which is the breath, let's say, and I keep on watching the breath non-stop, because that's most easy. Easy in the sense I don't have to recite, I don't have to do anything. I just have to watch the breath. Breath coming in, breath going out. Breath coming in, breath going out, without adding anything, without modifying, without taking a deep breath, without thinking, oh, after this what? Okay, I start watching the breath. After this what? When I start thinking that way, the restlessness has taken over. So the mind again has lost the samatha, samātto. So it has lost its essence. So it's again distracted, worried, restless. So the objective is not to become restless. It's resting. So when I watch the breath, I'm resting. So the first thing before vipassana is to rest. Rest in that if I am taken the breath, I can take any object, but that's basically what I need to do. How long? As long as the mind is able to stick on to the breath, both to the peripheral breath or on the touch of the nose here or inside or in the chest or in the abdomen or in the whole body. The more the subtle and subtle and subtle it goes, you can feel the breath everywhere in the body. And that gives you a nice effect. And you would come to know for sure that you have achieved samatha. And it's ready now for vipassana. So the first step of vipassana practice is to have samatha. The vipassana is not about doing vipassana. I want to do vipassana. No, that is not the right way. We can just say it, but in real sense, if you were to ask me, it involves 3 stages: samatha, vipassana, anupassana. In that, first I need to have samatha. Once I know the mind is calm, it's not going anywhere, it is with the breath, then I can come to vipassana to see what it is consists of. So now I can take many things as a vipassana. But first let's understand this vipassana itself. Number 1, are there different vipassana? No, vipassana is finding of the Buddha, and there is only one. But the objects that can be done is many. So the passana, Vipassana, not Vipassana, it is Vipassana, is about observing what is happening. If I take the breath, I start to see what is happening. I see, okay, there is heat, means there is temperature. It can be cold and hot. Then I see pressure. That means if there is pressure, Then there is air, vayu. Then I see droplets in the nose, and there is apo. And the touch in the nose is patavi. This whole here is akasa, space. So now I can see all the 5 dhatus. Patavi dhatu, apo dhatu, tejo dhatu, vayu dhatu, akasa dhatu in the breath. I can ask this question, is it mine? No. I didn't create this space. For that matter, I didn't put these hairs. I didn't put a water droplet there. That means I have not done anything per se. So I'm just an observer. And my job is to observe. So now I am doing Vipassana. Vipassana is to see, to observe, extensively observe, to see what is there. So now I got 5 elements and a consciousness. That means I become conscious of the touch in the nose area. I become conscious of the touch in the chest. I become conscious in the abdomen, the whole body. Means I'm becoming aware of breath coming in and going out. And in that way, I'm seeing all the 6 dhatus. So as indicated in the Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, I'm now seeing that consciousness, pure and bright, is, if it employs, can see the dhatu rather than the person. So through Samathā, now the question was, who is Vilas? Now the mind was having Vilas as an impression. Now it's replaced by what? Now it's replaced by 5 dhatu or quality, and in English another word they use is elements. So as long as I call Vilas, it's just a name without a real form of Vilas. But what form is there is only 5 dhatu. So now that much clarity I got, that if I say I am Vilas, it doesn't mean truly there is a person called Vilas. However, what exists is the 5 dhatus and a consciousness. So in the Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, Buddha informs Pukkarasati that I am dhatu. I am this dhatu, puriso, person. How many? Cha dhaturu. I am cha dhaturu puriso. This person is made out of 6 dhatu. Whatever I am calling as a person is 6 dhatu. Now I can see what is Vipassana. Vipassana. To see. What did I see? 6 dhatus. Can I see it all the time? Yes, as long as the Samathā remains. So long I can see the 6 dhatu. And when the Samathā is lost, the Vipassana is also lost. So the objective should be to increase my Samathā so that the Vipassana also increases. So this is the first step in that direction of Vipassana. So how many different kinds of Vipassana are there? No, there is only one Vipassana, but on different object. I can take dhatu, I can take ayatana, that is senses. Then I can take 4 dhatus, and I can take roughly anything I want, including breath I can take. Now I have, what did I analyze is on the breath. Can I take on the body parts? Yes, I can take on the body parts. Whatever I take, it's Vipassana. That means I will see what really it is. To go to the next one called Anupassana. After Vipassana, you investigate. Anupassana. Anu means in accordance to. Passana, what you have seen. What did you see? You got a Samadhi, a proper view of, there is no vilas out there. What appears as vilas is nothing but six dhatu. Now I can ask a question. This I, is it real or unreal? And the answer is unreal. If anything that is having a sankhara, which means preparation, I have prepared this to be called as vilas. Is it nitya or anicca? Nitya can be put as permanent in English. Anicca can be put as impermanent. Nitya can be put as per one's choice or one's desire. Anicca can be put as not as per one's choice and one desire. Nitya can be put as certain. Anicca can be considered as uncertain. I can have certainty, I can have uncertainty. Is vilas a certain thing? No. Is vilas a named thing? Yes. If anything has a name, will that be permanent or impermanent? And the answer is impermanent. Cannot be permanent. So, sabbe sankhara anicca. That means all preparations are anicca. That means they don't have its own reality. Like vilas, this body called as vilas, because that's the reason we write given name. My parents have given the name as vilas, but no real vilas exist. No real. Am I feeling that really to be true? Yes. If I hold vilas exist, what happens? Turns it to be dukkha, suffering. And it's anatta. It is no self, no person, no personality. No one can be found. Isn't it then nibbidda? Nibbidda means disillusion. That means, am I out of the delusion or an illusion that vilas truly exist? Yes, I'm able to do so. So nibbidda. Then viraga, dispassionate. Now, am I not dispassionate? Yes, because now I see six dhatus in place of vilas. So obviously, there shouldn't be any passion. As long as I see me and others as an attractive object, then yes, it is delusion is going to be there, moha. And because of that, the nibbidda and viraga will not happen. But now that I have seen that in true spirit, after samatha, that I've seen that there's no vilas out there, then what is there? It's just dhatu. So virag. No raga. Raga also means color. So this color is gone. I'm coloring it as vilas and that is gone. Nirodha, cessation. It ceases to exist. Vilas in my heart, which is the mind, center of the mind, no longer hold on to the view that vilas is real. So nirodha. So what all happened? Anicca, dukkha, anatta, nibbidda, viraga, nirodha. If that happens, then pati nisagga. Nisagga is to cut off. Pati is to bond. Pati nisagga means cut off the bond. Bond of existence and bond of non-existence, both, and bond of sensuality. All the three are removed. Why? Because now the mind doesn't hold on, meaning upadana. is hanging on, holding on, closely associating with vilas. Because there's no vilas in the first place. Whoever is going to die is vilas. Whenever he is going to die is vilas. But when he dies, what does die? The body is here only, to whatever level it was. But the person is gone. That means the consciousness goes away. But the consciousness is not this consciousness or that consciousness. It's just consciousness. So there can't be anything like a body going away, which is not true, because body stays here. And that's the one which is put into this crematorium, or we put under the ground. And that's called as a person, which is false. And the consciousness just goes away. Where it goes, it goes. So there was no vilas in the first place. I can call vilas soul has left. Somebody in my family will say he was there, now he is no longer there. So just a figurative way of speaking, but in real terms, it's not there at all. So this much clarity if I have, what I did is that I did Samathā, Vipassana, Anupassana. So there is nothing called as a different Vipassana. So the question asked was, are there different Vipassana? And the answer is, there is only one Vipassana, which was discovered by the Buddha. It doesn't mean that Buddha invented it. He discovered it. Earlier, people used to do only Samathā practice, meaning tranquilizing the mind through something. Can be breath, can be mantra, like I can do Soham. Continuously Soham meditation. In breath, so, out breath, hum. In breath, so, out breath, hum. Or I can do Buddho, 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 like that. I can use anything. Why? Because the mind is distracted. I'm bringing the mind back into something which I'm reciting. So if I were to do it in a proper way, it helps me in developing psychic powers. Because whatever mind sticks onto, it creates that very thing. Mind is also called Chitta. And Chitta is one which is also part of consciousness. And consciousness can create magic. Just like Vilas is a magic in the mind, the Chitta, I have Vilas. In the same way, now I can replace Vilas with Om, Vilas with Soham, Vilas with Buddho, Vilas with whatever. If I stick on to that for 6 months to 1 year time, without a break, including breath, it creates psychic power. Psyche means mind, power, mental power to create anything it wants, because the distraction is gone. So Samathā helps me in developing psychic powers. Like I can know my past lives, then I can know to walk on water, many other things. So Samathā practice helps in not only tranquilizing Chitta, but also helps in developing psychic powers. But Vipassana is about cutting, not the psychic powers, cutting the delusion. Anupassana is deep dive into the reality and remove the defilement. So Vipassana, Anupassana helps in removing the defilement. Samathā helps in tranquilizing the mind. So in the Buddha Dhamma, you have Samathā practice, Vipassana practice. Vipassana is for investigation, getting to the truth. Samathā is for tranquilizing. In the next session, we will take another one. Are there different traditions? of Vipassana and which tradition I should take. There have been a lot of questions which are coming to me on this. It's a very interesting topic. So we will have a detailed one. Now, if I take it, this video is going to become a long one. I wanted to do a very short video on this, wherein you understand what is Vipassana. And I do hope this clarification helps you a lot on what is Samathā, what is Vipassana. And I sincerely recommend you to see the video till the end instead of skipping the section, because it's most important. Okay, I will try to list off the chapter kind of thing in the YouTube so that you can, if you want to go to that particular section, you can do so. Thank you very much for watching. And then I will get back to you on the next set on, are there different traditions of Vipassana? Thank you.